And this is,
Lady Elizabeth Autumn McReynolds Groves.
yes. And the weird setup is because Beth is on her back. I am such a pain that she is finally worn out and she has taken to the couch. That's what we're saying now. No, you've got some back shit going on. Tell them about it.
Yeah, for a couple of months, I started out with small, pain in my hip and leg, and then, we figured out that as the pain grew, that it was sciatic pain, and it just, kind of got stronger and stronger, and we're trying to like, all right, well, let's take Motrin and everything like that, and try this and try that. Doctor's appointment, finally MRI, and the MRI results came back, and so they figured out that I have severe lumbar spinal stenosis, and they're referring me to a neurosurgeon. So that's all I know right now.
And that's something that your mom suffers from.
Yeah, she suffered from.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to talk about is the suffrage, right? The issue that she had and how you've kind of been afraid of it all these years, and
Yeah.
now it's happening. So what's going on with you in regards to your mom with that?
My mom was a very unhealthy person, physically and mentally, spiritually. Um, she wasn't like malicious or anything like that. She had
Didn't
a lot of
take care of
problems.
herself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so her mind and body suffered. And one of her things was, of course, the same kind of spinal stenosis. And we visited her, or she came to visit us when we lived in Texas back in 2015.
Yeah, something like that.
I
I
think
mean,
that.
that was a long time ago.
And and she was almost like 90 degrees when she walked, because her back was so bad.
It
And
was really that bad too. Jeez, I forgot.
she had other issues going on that attributed to her poor posture too. Besides that, that was just such a major factor that she got stuck that way. I ain't getting stuck that way.
So right now you're trying to manage your self care, and one of those things is, sorry, babe, we can't go to date night. We can't go to St. Louis because I can't endure the ride. Right?
It's
You had to say
it's
that.
yeah. It was today was probably one of the worst days I've had going to pick up the kids at school because sitting in the cars is a painful experience, and it's
Now you understand from my point of view too, because I've been suffering from it for years,
yeah.
and so now, I got to where I couldn't even drive the van at all. Like that's why I have my car, because it's too uncomfortable to sit in those seats in the van.
Yeah, likewise for me in the car. I can't sit. I can hardly sit in the
Oh, you
van.
like the van better?
The van doesn't hurt me as much, but the van is not comfortable either.
It's because you're not pocket sized like me. And so the car fits me just perfect, and you need that, tall seat, whereas I have to actually
Yeah.
jump to get into the van.
It's just different style of seats.
Yeah.
The car that you're kind of like kind of sitting back into the car like it's a little pocket holding you, and in the van you're like captain seats almost.
It's
Or
loving
what's it not?
hands.
What's it called?
Captain seats, you're
Captain
right.
seats,
Yeah. I have the nice sport bucket seats,
yeah.
and they hold you like
Performance
this.
wise, they're wonderful seats. I just can't sit in them anymore.
Yeah, and I can't. If I were just a little bit taller, see, then I wouldn't have a problem. Anywho, so that's what's going on with us. So we were supposed to go watch a play called The Thing, and that's tough whenever somebody says, "Where are y'all going?" We're going to The Thing. It's a parody play. What's it about? It's The Thing. Um, okay, what thing? It's the movie, The Thing. So I keep forgetting that you have to say the movie, The Thing. So Quentin is going to go with his friend instead of us going. And so that's going to be cool for them. And hopefully they'll be able to navigate the rain just fine.
Yeah, we were looking forward to that. It's a bummer.
Yeah, but that's okay because we are making lemonade out of lemons. Or in this case, a podcast out of lemons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they get to be with us tonight, and St. Louis will still be there next, next weekend or next, whenever we go. You can't stare at me, you have to stare at them. What's wrong with you? They're over here. I have to remember that too. Well, so hello, people that are listening, watching, whatever. We have a lot of crap going on with us right now.
Yeah.
Having 4 kids is a lot. So tonight we have Oliver, who's off at his Christmas party for Cub Scouts. And I didn't know that Grandpa was going to take him. And so that was one of those things where figured out at the last minute, okay, Grandpa's taking him. We're going here. Quentin's going to be here with Lucas. Alex is going to be home, and then she's not going to be home, and then everything collided at once. And you were like, I can't even go anyway. And it's like, holy crap. Yeah. It's a lot at once.
That's like our life, though. Sometimes, we'll get an entire week of shenanigans, and it feels like it's never going to end. It's like, oh, we got to go do this. We got to go do this. We got to go do this. And it's like, oh, God.
I myself have been losing track of days, and it makes me uncomfortable, and it brought to my attention, what can I tolerate, right? So we were talking last podcast about what we can tolerate. What are you willing to suffer through, right? Kind of like Klondike Bar. What are you willing to suffer through? And one of those things that I'm willing to suffer through is the learning curve. And I'm willing to suffer through the process of building a business, all the late nights and all those shenanigans, in order to have what I consider my ultimate goal, which is to have Sacred Groves, functioning at the capacity I want it functioning at, my 10. And so looking at the stress involved and those things that we'll tolerate, I have very few things in my life that I'll tolerate at this point. And you've had to suffer through some shit that I don't want to suffer through. You have had to suffer through changing my blood drains.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal for me.
Oh, okay. So I'm just going to call it right now. I really hope that Quentin's friend does become a nurse and then comes to visit, because with this back surgery,
if I can reach him, I can change him. It's like pouring out a thing of Kool-Aid. It's
okay, nothing. Yep. That's enough. Oh, Really had to compare it to that, did you?
When I had my knee surgery, it was like a sports drink bottle.
Oh my God, I need you to stop. I'm not even playing.
That's what they used.
Oh my God, shut up. Shut up. What in the hell is
coming out of my knee?
Stop it! Shut up! I swear to God. And you know what? It was funny as shit though when they pulled the tube out, and it was like literally only this much in there.
Oh my God! It felt like it was
and you were so
forever.
Dramatic. You're all.
No,
and it was like this much.
There was like the thing was coiled up in there. I felt all of that
I was right there.
I felt all of that tube come out of my knee.
I was right there, and they had a little stopper like thing on it. It looked like a little styrofoam stopper, and it was up in your nose.
Oh yeah, I did that. No,
that's what I'm talking about. When I went in there and they were pulling the tube out of your nose, you were acting like you were dying.
That was like it wasn't, because I was like, I didn't know. Whenever I first woke up,
it was funny.
I didn't know how far that tube went.
Yeah,
I was like,
know.
Does this go all the way down?
Made it
I didn't
so
want to start
funny.
pulling on it because I was like, I don't know where it
goes. No, the nurse
nurse
came in to take it out, and you were freaking out.
And she's like, you can take it out. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do that? All right. I just didn't know how far it went.
Look, it was funny. It was hilarious nonetheless. Ugh, that whole surgery thing's so gross.
When they pulled that tube out of my knee, that crap hurt. I don't care if it was 5 inches or if it was an inch and a half.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
When that tube came out of my knee, it hurt.
Well, I'm sure that it did. It looked like it sucked. It looked like the whole thing sucked. But I couldn't deal with my own drains. I couldn't deal with the staples. Remember when the staples were coming out on their own?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember helping getting them out with tweezers.
And then when my nipples fell off, that was it. Because now I have no nipples. But they were there for a while. No, I don't. They're ugly little spots of scar tissue.
But they're
tattooed,
not nipples. It's all tattooed over. You can't even tell.
Well, I could tell. I mean, it's my body. I could tell. But yeah, I lost them, and it was because of nicotine. People, So I need you to listen because you know that I vape right now, which don't vape. Nicotine is a stimulant and it does not help heal. So when you are using nicotine and trying to heal from surgery, it actually prevents healing. So take it from someone who's experienced that. They told me if you continue to use nicotine, your nipples will fall off. And in my mind,
Can you
it was
explain why,
don't
though?
smoke.
How the process of why they would.
Hell no, I can't explain it because it's gross as crap. First of all, I don't want to talk about why it does. Oh, you mean why? Because you're not getting as much. Oh my god.
Okay.
Because
during the procedure, they had to, flesh came off, and then they had to take tissue
it's so
and graft
nasty.
it back.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and the grafts won't hold because of the nicotine.
Because nicotine's a stimulant, so it does not aid in the healing process.
Yeah.
And so I had these nipple grafts, and he looked at me and he said, "If you keep using it, your nipples are going to fall off." I did not believe him, folks.
The sensation,
but it happened.
It's still there, right? But it just
no. Now that's the weird
different.
part. Okay, so the weirdest part is he also told me because they severed the entire nerve root, which is often what they do. Because they did that and took like my whole nipple off, they put it back on. He said you would not regain any feeling. Which okay, so I'm going on the premise I had no feeling. Well, then one day it started to hurt, and I thought that something was going on with the staples. Well, that's whenever I had another appointment, went in, and my grafts were actually falling off, and he was like poking around at it, and I had sensation. And he said only like 2% of the people that they do that on regain some type of sensation because the whole nerve thing's gone. Well, so now I'm hypersensitive, and instead of it just being a little spot like this, it's the whole scar tissue area.
Makes it fun.
It does not. It's unpleasant sometimes because now. I should have just kept it a secret forever.
Now I'm not the only one that knows.
But because I also had my front butt removed. Do you remember that big flap?
Well, it's not a front butt.
Oh, it so was. Okay, so for me, that's exactly what it was because it was a whole nother kid. It was as if I was holding someone in my lap, and that was their butt. It was. So, anywho, I had that removed whenever I had my breast removed. And I am just now regaining sensation across that section.
Yeah.
So, it's weird that I would regain sensation, up top, especially considering it was severed.
Magic fingers.
Whatever. It's probably because with the scar tissue, I had multiple scar tissue on my belly because the last kid was C-section, Oliver. And so I had scar tissue there already, so that probably didn't help.
Yeah, probably.
When you think about your surgery, you do understand that I will do my best to help you out. I can wipe your butt, I can do whatever, but I can't touch those drains, especially if it's warm and you know it's going to be warm.
If I can walk and sit, I can do all of that stuff.
Okay, well, I don't want you to, though, and I don't think that you're going to be able to do all that stuff.
Well, I'm going to give it the old college try.
Okay, well, that's just crazy. I do love you, though, and I will...
I don't know the meaning of the word quit.
Speaking of, we made Q-Watch Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
That was epic. At least I thought it was. I like Cool Runnings.
It's a cool movie.
Yeah, he thought it was
And it's
good.
a cool movie.
Anywho's, okay, you're dumb. I can't even stand you right now. So we're not going to stay on here long because I know that you're not comfortable. But I did want to address the fact that right now your life kind of sucks and we're stuck, managing the pain.
Yeah,
and so
it's a little bit of a bummer.
I know that everybody's heart goes out to you. We're going to try to make it, till surgery time without having to do anything drastic, but we'll see. We have a wheelchair, we have a walker, we have multiple canes.
Yes.
I think we're set up because, Dad.
Maybe we'll get there and they'll do the evaluation. They'll look, we can do this without surgery. It's just going to suck because we have to stick needles in your back or something.
Yeah, well, there's always hope for that. But the reality is the reality, and we just manage it as it comes, right? It's not a freaking death sentence. There's people that are way worse off than you. What you have is nothing compared to what some people are dealing with.
Yeah, I'm just ready for the pain to stop.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sick of this pain.
And we just have to get you the right strain now. Just have to make sure that we have a nice stock of indica herb.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it, all of it.
All right. Well, I said we keep this short, and we have been. So, everybody, sorry it's so short. But you know what? You can laugh at us later. You can look at the other ones. And by the way, I have no idea if there's something going on with the other videos. I don't know if y'all can access them or not. I haven't learned everything I need to learn about my website. So there it is. I have fessed up. 'Tis the season for giving. That is your gift from me. I owned my shit on camera, live. I have to figure out some crap on my website. Thank you.
All right.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm sorry that your back hurts.
Yeah, that's okay. What can you do, you know?
Your
You can't
back-
say you're sorry. You didn't do anything to make it hurt.
And I put that in the podcast thing. I didn't do it this time. It was not me, right?
Good old genetics.
Yeah, genetics and abuse. Don't forget that, because genetics isn't even a factor until you make it one.
Yeah, I wasn't the kindest person to my body.
No, you followed the same pattern that your mom did as far as not exercising self-care. You haven't always taken care of yourself. And that was something she didn't do either. She was a martyr. And sometimes, you know, we talked about it today, that in your heydays when you were in the military, that was something that you did. You complained about everything. You were in a very negative space, right?
Yeah, I was an unhappy person.
Right. Look, I sort of look like a floating head. Like, do you remember on Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Nick a lick a high, nick a hiney ho.
Don't you think that's kind of funny? That, like, I'm sort of just a floating head because you're on the black.
A talking head even.
I am a talking head. Sometimes that's all I am, is a talking head. With my beady eyes.
Your flapping head
and my
beating
flapping. All right, guys. So y'all have a good night. We're in for the night watching TV, and the chinchillas are going nuts. Oh, look, Nico's actually on the camera.
Where?
Nico live. Nico live.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Right? All right. Love
Little
you.
snowball.
Love you.
I love you.
Don't you dare. That's like on the Brady Bunch. Do you remember they would kiss and then go to sleep?
Did they sleep in the same bed?
No, they
had
slept in
separate
twin beds. They did. Stop bugging about it. Thank you.